Bonjour classe et bienvenue à la 5e semaine. For cette semaine, you guys should be practicing throughout the week using linked practice activities from throughout the entire unit, studying your unit notes, and also rewatching the video presentations where I pronounce words for you guys, because this is a great way to practice listening comprehension and also to practice the vocabulary. So, pour cette semaine, this is the week of l'examen, the unit exam. However, there are a few other activities that you guys must complete, and there's also a discussion going on this week. To talk a little bit more about the exam first, it is a timed exam, so you guys have 45 minutes. You cannot begin and then stop and then start again later because you've already been exposed to the content. So once you sit down to start to take the exam, you must complete the whole exam, and it must be done within 45 minutes. I made sure to make it really reasonable. I give you guys plenty of time, even though 45 minutes sound short. I promise that you will have enough time. And if you guys do have individual concerns or accommodations, please reach out to me so I know that I need to give you guys a little bit more time, but these have to be valid. And yes, but in general, you guys will have 45 minutes on the exam. You may not use any notes or websites at all. The only websites you may use are FrenchTypeIt.org and Vocabulary. Because I am not grading you guys on accents for the first unit exam, you guys shouldn't have to use FrenchTypeIt.org, only if you guys would really like to do this. And then pour vocabulary, of course, you guys will need this. The very last question is the speaking practice question. So it's a very easy prompt, I promise. You will know what to do right away, and I don't think that it will take anybody more than 5 minutes at the very, very most. So for this, please submit a vocabulary link or use the Schoology audio recording tool. If you are unable to do this, please email me the link right away or leave me a voicemail when you are taking the exam. I can see when you guys take the exam. So it's important that you guys do this again when you take the exam, so I know that you haven't taken the exam and then maybe after practicing sent me a voicemail or a vocabulary link. However, the exam is going to test you guys on listening comprehension, and vocabulary from the unit will be throughout the entire exam. So listening comprehension, reading comprehension, and your French writing skills, and then speaking in French. So, at our way, I highly recommend that you guys truly use this week to study and make sure that you're entirely ready for this exam before you begin it. Oh, désolé, it will also, I forgot to mention, it will also include the informal versus the formal. So please be familiar with tu versus vous. Alors, I just wanted to make sure that you guys are properly prepared. I promise it is a very fair exam. If you guys have been going along and using the practice activities and studying, you will be absolutely fine. So before you take the exam, there is a new activity we have never done before. It's called l'histoire, which means story. And it is a video presentation, and I do ask that you pause throughout the presentation, and on the specific pages it will tell you when to pause, and then you'll have an activity, and then you'll see the presentation again, and you'll listen again and have a new activity. It will make sense as you go along, I promise. As I mentioned, there is a discussion this week, so because this discussion is a little different, you guys will need to post on 3 different days. So your initial posts, and then you need to come back and 2 different times reply or build on. We're making a story of our own. Not of our own, but we're making a story together as a class. We are repeating and practicing it. So you guys will need to come back on 3 separate days. So get that initial post in as soon as possible. Please try your hardest to go in the correct order of the story, and this will all make sense as you guys progress throughout the week. Yes, and then so we have l'histoire activity. There's a few different activities involved. The new vocabulary that I present you guys is not going to be on the exam, so please do not stress too much, like, oh my gosh, he's giving us so much new material right before the exam, because I also don't think that is fair, and I wouldn't do that to you guys. So this is just an activity that we're going to be doing. We do l'histoire throughout the semesters. So yes, so that is going to be before the exam. But again, I recommend every single day taking some time to study, as you are not allowed to use any notes or any web pages except for the aforementioned ones. So if you guys have any questions or concerns or anything at all, please make sure to reach out to me. Before the exam is better than after the exam. So if you guys are wondering about something on the exam, like what you will be tested on, I don't know, there could be a multitude of questions, but if you're wondering about anything, please reach out to me, and my contact information as always is going to be in the update. It's also going to be under teacher information and resources, or course information resources, and then teacher information. So yes, please reach out to me with any questions or concerns. Another great way to practice, last thing, is to go back and look at all the activities that maybe you scored low on or you didn't complete at all, because the material from these activities might be on the exam. Anything from unit notes is fair game for the exam. I don't test you guys on every single thing, of course. It's a 45-minute exam. I know it's a little nerve-wracking, the first exam, but I promise that you guys will do great. So again, please reach out to me with any concerns. Et bonne chance et bonne semaine.